There seems to be a lot of people confused about how effective like a DNA test will be in regards to trying to end white supremacy. The argument normally sounds something like this, where that the white supremacists, if they were just to get DNA tests, what they would wind up finding out is that they would wind up hating themselves because there's going to be some genetic marker in there from a group that they are supposed to hate, but they're going to be part of that group, and that should end the white supremacy movement all by itself. Look, folks, nothing could be further from the truth, because here's the deal. So white nationalists, right, they're connecting their identity to their racial purity, but look, if the test doesn't match up to what it is that they think they're supposed to be, they're going to question the test. Okay, and so this is what's happening. It's like, so these dudes, there's researchers who actually went in and they looked at 153 posts where users from a nationalist online forum that they actually posted their DNA test, and they found some not so favorable results in regards to these tests and whatnot. And so, what wound up happening is that they created like three basic rationales of what's going on here. One, which is the most racist, I suppose, of all, which is just to say, Jewish people own all this DNA stuff, and they're trying to make it seem like I'm not as pure as I know I am. Okay, gotcha. Next one, the next one is that, it's like, I get it. They question the scientific validity of this, all of this stuff, and that's another part, right? So that's separate from the Jewish folks. They're creating like this, actually attacking the scientific validity and all of that, which is an interesting argument to say the least. But then there's also people who challenge whiteness, but not in the way that you would want them to, like to challenge it, like, why are we constructing ourselves around whiteness? But they're saying to themselves, like, okay, well, look, I'm like 5% black. Isn't that okay? I mean, isn't there a lot of people who are, have a little bit of black in them? I don't have any control of that. So can I still be white? Please? Like that. That's what's happening in that space. And I'm saying, like, yo, this is not going away. White supremacy, you want to know why white supremacy is not going away because of DNA tests? It's because white supremacy was never based on DNA at all. That's why. And so here's these people who are grappling with all of this stuff, and we're thinking about what white is and all of this stuff. White is a social construct. Race is a social construct. That's why it's never going to go away. It's never going to go, because race, here's what I mean by race is a social construct, is that race is absolutely fundamentally a symbol, a metaphor for power, period. Point blank, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. It is a metaphor for power. Whenever you see these racial groups constructed, there's always a power relationship between them. Okay, and so there's groups then that are literally, genetically, almost the exact same group of people. Literally, genetically, almost the exact same group of people, and yet they see themselves as genetically dissimilar groups of people. Let's start with white folks. English and Irish, those folks consider themselves different racial groups, right? But they're in the same area. If you was to say, I mean, in the United States, if we were to say you're English and Irish, we would just say you're white, and that's it. But for English and Irish folks, if you say they're the same, you're going to be in a fight. Israelis and Palestinians. This is another group who are basically the same genetic group, and yet at the same time they see themselves as very different groups of people. The Hutus and the Tutsis. This was a genocide that happened along with with these other groups, right? But genocide happened between these folks, and they're basically the same group of people. Chinese and Japanese. This is another group of people. It's like whenever someone tries to tell me that some DNA test is going to wipe all of this stuff out, it's like you just then don't understand how power constructs race, right? And that's why we need people that are trying to understand and taking ethnic studies courses and all of this so that they understand how this power is playing out in this thing called race, so that we can be better able to combat and defeat and finally get rid of this thing called racism, both at the institutional and individual level. But anyway, folks, that's it for this. Subscribe, like, share. Go to brucehoskins.com if you want to know more about who I am and what I do. Peace, y'all.